fight how you spar. You spar how you fight. And if I'm in there just doing this, catch, then when the fight come and everything is full blast, full speed, I'm not gonna be able to keep up because I didn't train that way.
Right.
I can hit the bag, I can hit the mitts, all that I want, but nothing's coming back.
Right.
I'm not feeling that presence of a person pushing me, hitting me, holding me, things like that. So sparring is very important.
They call it the silent battle. Long before the crowds, the music, and the cameras, Terence Bud Crawford is locked inside a high-altitude room where every breath feels earned and every punch is carefully calculated. With his longtime trainer Bomac watching like both a coach and a guardian of history, Bud switches stances with ease, sliding from orthodox to southpaw so naturally it looks like the same punch thrown from two different places at once.
My coach, he used to always, he used to get mad, like, you need to focus on one stance and doing it right before you start switching. You ain't even got the orthodox stance down pat all the way, and then you trying to go southpaw. I'm like, all right. Then I go orthodox, and then in the fight, boom, I switch, then I switch back. He like, stop switching. And then I win the fight like, what?
His sparring partners are picked with purpose, each one brought in to copy the rhythms and styles of his future opponents. Endurance is built with tough runs in the thin mountain air, while strength training slowly adds pounds without slowing his hands. Behind all of this, there's another type of training no one can see. It's the drive powered by the doubts, the disrespect, and the desire not just to be remembered, but to be unforgettable.
When did he stop telling you to stop switching?
When I was winning. he was like, all right, since I can't stop you from switching, we just gonna train that way. So yeah, if you do 4 rounds, you're gonna do 2 rounds southpaw, you're gonna do 2 rounds orthodox. That's just how we started training.
On Joe Rogan's show, Crawford spoke with striking honesty about sparring. For him, it isn't just practice or a light warm-up. It's the battleground before the real one. 3 days a week, he pushes himself in sparring sessions that mirror the intensity of an actual fight. Crawford believes you'll fight the same way you spar. Hitting bags or mitts won't prepare you for the pressure of another man trying to dominate you, holding, hitting, and testing every limit.
And not saying that you have to, go hard every single time you spar, but there gotta be days where, that fighter is trying to put it on you because now you're getting used to that. And now your body is getting in shape to withstand the rounds, the time, the grappling, the holding, the hitting, all that. So you need that.
That's why his sparring is brutal, demanding, and real. It's in those tough rounds, not the gym highlights for cameras, that Crawford sharpens his instincts and toughness. In his words, if you coast in sparring, you'll drown on fight night. For him, every round matters. It's not a drill. It's preparation for survival.
How do you judge when you're doing too much hard sparring?
Your body will tell you. I'm a firm believer in listening to my body.
Since the very beginning, Crawford's connection with his coaches has gone far beyond business. They are family. They aren't just voices yelling from the corner. They've been with him since childhood, watching him grow from a scrappy kid swinging wild in the gym into the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. They know his body and mind better than anyone, sometimes even better than he knows himself. They can sense when his energy is dipping, hear it in his breathing, or notice when his movements are just a half step slower.
So they've been around me since I was a kid, so they know when my body is breaking down or when I'm complaining about something. Bo would be like, all right, well, we're going to do this today. Or we're going to do this today. And I'll be like, man, what? He'd be like, we're going to do this today. I'd be like, man, I don't want to do that, man. I want to work. Because as a fighter, I want to work hard every day.
Crawford always wants to train hard, spar often, and keep pushing every day. But his coaches know when it's time to pull him back and say, that's enough, today you rest. That trust has been built over decades. He never questions them, because he knows their judgment protects him. In boxing, where overtraining can wreck a career, that trust keeps him sharp, healthy, and dangerous when the bell rings.
Days they're going to say, man, you ain't got no energy today. Did you eat? Some days I'll be like, no, I didn't eat before I came. Oh, I can tell. or you moving kind of slow. You all right? So it's very important that you be honest with your coaches as well.
For many fighters, weigh-in week is a nightmare. You see them sweating out pounds in plastic suits, locked in saunas, spitting into cups, barely able to stand, losing the fight before it even begins. But Crawford changed the game. On weigh-in day, he isn't dragging himself to the scale exhausted. He's already on point. No panic, no last-minute sprints, no life-draining cuts.
When you weigh in, that's natural.
Yeah, and like the day of the weigh-ins, I'm not cutting none.
That's beautiful.
I used to have to cut like 5 pounds in the morning of the weigh-ins.
Did you feel that the next day?
Nah, not really. Sometimes.
Plan smart from the start, adjusting meals, training schedules, and trimming down weeks in advance. So when he steps on the scale, it's easy. No struggle, no drama. For him, the scale is just a checkpoint, not a fight. That discipline gives him an edge. His preparation doesn't begin at 168. It begins months earlier, while other fighters are still
try to make weight, at least the night before. So I can sleep as long as possible till the weigh-ins and, go from there.
Meanwhile, Crawford is freezing himself in ice baths like he's preparing for an extreme survival challenge. Then out of nowhere, Jaron Boots Ennis drops his story about sparring with Canelo Alvarez. But this isn't your typical sparring tale. Boots talks about fishing with Canelo like it was just a casual getaway. Don't get it twisted, though. His first fight at 154 is around the corner, and is already predicting a knockout as if it's locked in on the calendar. He doesn't care about critics, online chatter, or doubters.
Yeah. People gonna tell me if I don't. How was the work?
The work was great. The work was great. Like I said, I had a great time. We was having fun. I love being in there with Canelo. It was a great thing.
That kind of mindset is rare. A fighter is truly locked in when sparring with the face of boxing feels like just another day. That's the type of confidence that shakes up an entire division. Most fighters would brag about sparring Canelo for the rest of their lives. Boots came back unfazed, saying, "Yeah, it was cool. I went fishing, sparred a legend, no big deal." That's next-level belief in yourself. Now he's looking straight at October 11th like that's where the Real story begins. And you and I both know, when a fighter treats rounds with Canelo like warm-up laps, he's plotting something serious for fight night.
You expect this kind of attention from a sparring session?
I already knew it was gonna go crazy. Once we posted the pic, I'm like, yo, this junk gonna go everywhere. We kind of figured it, and it kind of, you could say it made the fight more interesting.
Just as the Ennis conversation had people buzzing, Shakur Stevenson jumped in like, "Hold up, I've got something to add." And the way he fired back at Punch Drunk wasn't a debate. It was a knockout with words. Watching it, you could feel the tension like two guys ready to settle it with push-ups on the spot. Shakur kept his cool tone, but you could tell he was daring someone to test him. He had that look like, "Say one more thing and I'll prove my point."
I said, I think that it's gonna come down to the IQ and the skill of Bud anyway. I think that Canelo in that high guard, and once Bud turns southpaw and stay long on him, I think that's gonna be a real big problem. Like I said, skills win fights and weight don't, man.
But that's Canelo though.
Man, I don't care. That's Bud.
I know that's Bud, but that's Canelo though.
The way you just said Canelo name, you gotta say Bud name the same.
Bud for 147, 154, but that's Canelo 168.